Hello everyone, this is Faiz here again, and today I have a very interesting video over here. I'm going to share it in my PowerPoint presentation. It is about the power of growth mindset. So yes, this is my third day of live broadcasts from YouTube, and I'm finding it really interesting. And let's straight dive into the purpose of the video, the power of growth mindset by Pixie Growth, which is the name of my channel. Now let's go ahead and have a look. What's the next slide? So growth, we are talking about mindset here. So basically, what is mindset? What I want to tell you is you need to really understand what is a mindset. Mindset is basically what you think of yourself, think of your surrounding, what are your capabilities, what you can do and what you cannot do. So basically that's your mindset. Usually there are different kind of mindsets that people usually tend to have, and we're going to discuss that later on in the further slides. Now, why it matters in personal growth, learning and financial success. So the real reason it matters in personal growth is basically, let's say you're a person who's gonna say, okay, I don't know this, but I can try to learn about this and I can try to improve myself and I can achieve this. This is something that's required for your personal growth. Same go for learning. If your mindset is positive and you say, okay, maybe I don't know something about finance, maybe I don't know something about AI, I can learn. There are endless possibilities that you can learn so many things. It basically depends upon what you are trying to do in your life and how you are actually spending time developing yourself. Same goes for your financial success. Lot of people struggle and say they are struggling financially, and one of the issue is the mindset. I feel, I know that it's very easy to say, but if you see in a step-by-step process about your financial success, yes, it definitely is possible to achieve a stable financial success with step-by-step process and the right mindset. So all you have to do is think about your capabilities and say, okay, this is something above my capacity, but yet I don't know about it yet. But if I learn about it, if I spend some time behind that and learn that, or that the particular thing that I want to achieve in my life, I can do it. So it's the main purpose is thinking. So you really need to think about what's happening, what's going on around. Like, it's really important that your achievements are really important. Now we're gonna go on to challenges, and challenges is basically, there are a lot of challenges in your life, and there are at many times you're gonna think that, okay, this I'm stuck here. There is no way for me to go for any further. So this is where your challenges comes in, where you can use a positive mindset to overcome these challenges. I believe there is nothing that you cannot overcome or you cannot learn. Everything requires a little bit of time, a little bit of efforts, and things comes through when you want them to. Um, Learning is the basic thing, that the most important thing a human being can do to themselves. Keep learning no matter what is your age, where you are, what you're doing. There is always possibility to learn something from somewhere, and especially when we are living in the age of satellite internet, AI and YouTube. We have all the information at the finger of our tips, at our fingertips, and basically it requires effort and streamline what you want to learn. So these are the things that you really need to have to achieve financial growth in your life, as well as your personal growth. The personal and the financial growth are really important for a human being, for a family to strive, for your kids, and your parents. Everyone needs to be financially stable and also needs to be having a good personal and mental health. That is really important. So today we're just gonna go into a couple of examples of what are fixed mindset and growth mindset. So if you just look at this fixed mindset, usually fixed mindset is like, I'm not good at this. Like, you're gonna say, oh, I am struggling and I can't do beyond this. This is my limit. I cannot go into, like, for example, if you started at a hotel at a receptionist, and you're going to say, oh no, the manager's job is quite difficult. But when you keep learning and when you keep investing your time and yourself into learning those skills, learning those those attributes that a manager holds, that's when you can be the manager. But at one point of time you must be thinking, no, I cannot do that, this is quite a lot. Yes, of course, because when you're starting it's pretty hard, but all you have to do is keep going, and do not say that I am not good at this. Like, you don't try to avoid your challenges or just give up easily, you know so growth mindset is like, I can learn this. I embrace the challenges. Just don't leave the, whenever you get a challenge, you just don't leave it and walk away from it, and keep trying and learn from others. Basically, learning from others is, I have done a lot in my own life. I've learned a lot from everyone around, no matter anyone who they are. You can learn from them something or the other that is really important for you to grow. So, usually, when you are on a fixed mindset, you are basically left quite annoyed. You are stuck, and you cannot do anything that can make you grow in your life, and you're always confused. So, it's really, really important that fixed mindset should be worked on properly. So what are the effects of fixed mindset is, uh, the limits for personal and career growth. What happens is, it limits your personal and your career growth, both of them. You would not be a person who would be confident enough, let's say, or you would not be a person who would be changing your job, getting into a better role, because you are stuck with where you are. And it leads to fear of failure. The reason you're stuck at your place, because you are just afraid to try, even to go out of your circle, of your comfort zone, and the result is less resilience. So it's really important for you to keep a open mindset, a growth mindset, where you learn everything. We human beings are meant to do multitasking, and that is for sure, because when you come home, you're a father. When you go to work, either you are an employee or you're a boss, or like when you are driving, you are a driver. So you always do so many different activities in your life. And look at your house, your car, your work, your family, your kids, everything. So we really need to grow ourselves in all those aspects, which we can only do with an open and growth mindset. So the power of growth mindset in daily life, basically, how you can have this growth mindset in your life is by learning new skills. Now, some of the examples that I have put up in here is coding, public speaking, gardening, but it really does not matter what you're trying to learn, as long as you're trying to learn something that you are passionate about. So make sure, find out what do you really like to do in your life, in your spare time, and learn those things. Embrace failures as feedback. There would be so many times that you're gonna fail, you're gonna do something wrong, but that's okay. You just have to tell yourself that that is all right to do mistakes, and I'm going to learn from my failures, and always ask for feedback. Take the feedbacks positively. Do not get annoyed or angry when someone is giving you a feedback. That's a really, really important thing. A lot of people take it at on their egos, and they don't that ego blocks the brain, and they don't get the right things to absorb in themselves and improve next time. Long-term success requires short-term learning. Keep learning and keep growing. Now, growth mindset changes lives, helps you to evolve personally, professionally, and financially. As we spoke at the start of the slide, that mindset will improve your personal life, your professional life, and your financial life, because this is a really strong foundation for all three aspects. Now ask, where in my life am I stuck, and how a mindset shift can change? Always, this is a very important question, and you cannot be someone who will never get stuck. You always have some or the other challenges, and all you have to do is be patient, think about it a little bit, and look out of for what are the answers that can help you to get out of that struggling position. Now, let me give you some of the tips to develop growth mindset. Okay, very first thing is learn from criticism, and we spoke about that. Like taking the feedbacks is really, really important. Take the feedbacks positively. If you have your ego between the feedback, you're never gonna learn from whatever the person is saying. I'm not saying that the person who's giving your feedback will be 100% right and always every single time, but it's always a good idea to listen to what they're saying instead of cutting them off and trying to not listen to them. All right, celebrate progress, not just outcomes. So it's I'm trying to say over here is consistency matters. You have to be really, really consistent. It's not that, okay, you did something and you got the result and you're done. Now that's the outcome is good, but it's just one time. Progress is consistent, and it always needs to be keep going out in the loop. Embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. So a lot of people come into a solution, like comes to a position where they see a challenge, a play a challenge that it's really hard for them to overcome. And I've seen a lot of people just give up and leave and say that's not for me. But I've also seen a lot of growth minded people who would look for answers, go and ask for help, and try to use their brain and put in efforts to learn and come out of those challenges. Now, other one is surround yourself with growth oriented people. This is another really, really important thing, and as I grow mature in my life, I am understanding why it is really important to be around people who are like-minded to you are, and who are growth oriented. Because if you're just wasting your time chilling, partying, and all those things, it's good at some for some time, but yes, you really need to be growth oriented and need to be around the people who can guide you through and have the similar mindset. Practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself during setbacks. Growth takes time and patience. Really, really important. Whenever there is something wrong or you haven't got the results that you were expecting, it's okay, because not all the time you're gonna win in your life. Sometimes you lose, but what you do, you learn from the lesson and then you move on and try to improve and be a better person. So growth mindset in children is really important as we are growing, and our kids are growing, and our the world is growing. Our the generation, the future generation is our kids, right? So let's teach our kids, try to fail and grow. I have seen recently a lot of kids, if they fail, they don't know how to handle it. I've seen a lot of issues with this kind of kids where they haven't got enough exposure how to handle failure. They break down, they are emotionally unsettled. So it's really important to shape them from the childhood that it's okay to fail as long as you try and you keep going on. Practice, praise effort, not talents. You need to praise your kid every single time they take an effort. For example, if they say thank you to you, that's they keep if they keep repeating every single time when they get something or when they ask you for something, and they are following what you have taught them, that's an effort that trying to learn from you. So make sure you praise them for all the good things that they do. For example, my daughter, she always says thank you and sorry to me, even if it is not necessary. But even I always go back to her and say, thank you so much for saying thank you. You're practicing the right thing and you're doing the right thing. You're a good girl. Um, be a model of growth mindset yourself. So if you have a growth mindset, your kids gonna have the similar kind of mindset. So make sure that your kids and kids are following the right mindset that you have, and you need to be showing them as a role model. Encourage curiosity and questions. Now, I know sometimes it can get really, really annoying when kids ask you a lot of questions, but that's all right because they are the kids. They want to know. Encourage them if they are curious. Help them out to find the answers for all the curiosity they have, so that when they grow up into a better human being, and our world gets a better person in the world. So thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to go live as much as I can, as much as I can do. Next video is I'm gonna talk about financial stability, how you can achieve financial stability through a proper growth mindset. So stay tuned till my next video. I hope you like this video. It was very short and very sweet, hopefully. And see you next time in the next video.